I'm Josiah.
And I'm Bethany.
And this is One True Pair,
the not so common sense guide to godly relationships. So today we are following up with the question we got from Kirsty that we answered in the last video with some tips of how to navigate long distance relationships.
So we actually were long distance for a month. It seemed a lot longer, but it was a month, a decent little bit into when we started dating, right? How, do you remember how long we've been dating at that point? About 8 months. And we were over 2,000 miles apart. I was overseas on the other side of the world, and we had to basically keep our relationship going. I mean, we hadn't been together that long at that point, so you know, it was a difficult month for sure. But you know, we just wanted to share a couple thoughts, the things that we did during that time to kind of stay close and to keep the relationship going even from 2,000 miles apart. So hopefully this will help you too if you're in a long distance relationship or considering a long distance relationship.
Yeah, so I'm a huge quality time person. Like, it's really important to me. So being long distance and like the intentionality behind it is super important. So we before Josiah left to go overseas for a little bit, we wrote each other lots of notes that we could open. And so I think I actually did like a little notebook where there was like a little note, so the next day you'd flip to the next
Every
page.
day.
And then Josiah wrote me some notes too that I would have to read while he was gone. And then at the same time, like we had those, and we also had set up Skype, so that way we could Skype each other whenever we could. And we weren't able to Skype each other every day, but we were able to still keep in contact, just to know like, hey, I'm still thinking about you, I still care, and I'm here, just to catch up, to know, hey, what's going on? You're not here. And so it was nice to be able to have that time to be able to just keep in touch and to know what was going on.
I think an important part of that too is kind of sharing our schedules, and not in any sort of like a weird like controlling or like, I don't know, like being kind of too involved in each other's business kind of way, but more of like a just kind of, hey, you know, I know if you were here, I'd want you along with me. Here's what we're doing today. Here's what we're up to. So I know that there would be many times where we'd ask each other, hey, what are you up to today? You know, and you know, or I'd share, hey, here's like my plan for the day. Here's, you know, what me and my family are going to be doing. And you know, and sharing pictures and videos with each other during the time, even between Skyping and calling, was a big part of us like staying connected. Even
if it's just like little things like, oh hey, got to see this, or got to eat this. Like it's just a fun way to be able to stay like, oh cool, they thought enough to send it to me. Like you said, communicate clearly. Like,
yes.
don't try to like, I don't know, just be like, I'll tell them later why I didn't talk to them all day. Like, just go ahead and say, hey, gonna be busy all day, just so you know, but I'm thinking about you, and let's catch up tonight, or whatever you have to do. Or if it's like a time difference, then be ready for that and be like, hey, so I know you'll be in bed when I'm starting my day or whatever. So just want to touch base with you. Was this time a good time for you to touch base? Whatever you have to do, just communicate clearly. You'd rather over communicate than assume that they're on the same page with you.
So communication.
Yes.
It's really important to know also like the love language of the person that you're in a relationship with. You know, you want them to feel loved, and I know a lot of people, especially, I mean, quality time, that's really something that for the most part has to kind of be done in person, you know. And so it's important to kind of figure out the love language of the person that you're in a relationship with, so that you can also know how to love on them from afar, you know, whether it's just with a thoughtful text, hey, I'm thinking about you, you know, to something else, you know, some other kind of surprise or something else thoughtful that one can do to make sure the other person knows that you're thinking about them. Because ultimately, like, if you're in a relationship with somebody, whether you're long distance or not, you want to spend time with them, you want to be around them, you want to let them know that you care about them. And so communicating that clearly in a way that they're going to receive it and know that they're loved is so super important.
Yeah, so learn their love language and learn how to navigate that long distance. That's a huge thing, because different people feel loved in other ways, and the way you feel loved might not be the way that your significant other feels loved.
That's great. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Drop your questions below.
Yes.
We'll be back with another question next week. Yeah, see you guys then. Woo!